Hi again, everybody. Robin Hook with you at Old Burdick's Barn Grill for the Bronco Coaches Show. We're here on Mondays from noon to 1 o'clock talking Western Michigan sports with our coaching staff, student athletes, and members of the athletic department. Joined now by a happy head coach, Lance Taylor, after a 26-18 Bronco football victory over Eastern Michigan on Senior Day at Stafford Smith Field at Waldo Stadium. At 26 seniors introduced before the game, and then you went out and kicked some butt, Coach, and it was great to see. Got back to your identity, running the football, stopping the run, and coming up with turnovers. That's what Bronco football's been all about this year.
Yeah, it's always a happy day when you come in here after a win. Winning cures all ailments, we say in football and just in sports in general. But I'm so proud of our team, the way that they responded, our players, our coaches, staff, coming off of 3 tough losses, really challenged our team to get back to our identity of running the football, playing physical, winning the turnover margin. And for our guys to not splinter or fracture in the locker room when a lot of doubt was created, after the last couple of losses, for them to band together and honor our 26 seniors by the way that they played. I was really proud of how they came out. I mean, we really took it to Eastern Michigan. It was the snow bowl to get bowl bound. And, that's exactly what we did. And, it's fun in the snow when you win.
You got back to your identity, as you mentioned, running the football. Your offensive line really played well. And you got a little physical in practice leading up to that game, I heard.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I challenged our guys with was getting back to our identity, which was running the football, okay, and then creating those turnovers with our physical play on defense and special teams. And we had to practice that way. And I thought we had our most physical 4-out practice the week of week 12 leading up to Eastern Michigan, which really showed me our guys were ready. They were prepared. They really had the right mindset and mentality heading into this rivalry game. I mean, when you talk about a lot to play for, it's a rivalry game. The Michigan MAC trophy on the line, to get 6-6 and be bowl eligible, and then to send our seniors out the right way in front of our family and friends there at Waldo Stadium. It was a special day, and our guys knew that we had a lot to play for. Really good Eastern Michigan team. They've played in 3 straight bowl games. Coach Creighton does a great job there, and they were playing for the same things that we were playing for. But we rushed for 230 yards, and then we kept the best passing offense in the league. We held them to 91 yards rushing. We won the turnover margin. We had a great day on special teams with a blocked punt and then a turnover on a pop kick. And so just all 3 phases played at a high level. It's fun when you win those type of games, and it's really proud of how our guys showed up and showed out.
A lot to talk about. Let's start with the run game. Abdus Salam. How about Zaire, man? I love this kid, and he's just been a true Bronco through and through throughout his time at Western Michigan out of New Jersey, former Golden Gloves boxer, and is he good on Saturday. 19 carries, 135 yards, a 22-yard touchdown, and he caught 3 balls for 40 yards, including a 31-yard beautiful play call by Coach Bell on the screen to Zaire for a touchdown late in the first half.
Zaire Salam, a.k.a. Oldie, as we call him. He played huge in that game, and I was really proud of him. Really, he was our offensive MVP in terms of the way that he played. You just mentioned it, 2 touchdowns. He had career highs in carries, yards, touchdowns. He also had, the screen pass for a touchdown right there at the end of the half, which was huge. And I really felt like, we honored 26 seniors, and I felt like they honored themselves by the way that they played. We had a bunch of older guys step up and play big time for us in that game in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams. But the way that we ran the ball, Salam did an excellent job. Buckley also had over 100 yards, so we had 2 backs over 100 yards. When you rush for 230 yards, we said the magic number for us this week was if we rushed the ball for over 200 yards, we would give ourselves a chance to win, and we did that. Really proud of how our offense played. When you look at this group of seniors and what they've done, right? We won 4 games last year in year 1. Now we've won 6 games in year 2. We've got a 5-3 record, which is the third best record in the MAC. And we're fourth in total offense, second in rushing offense, first in turnover margin. There's a lot of really good things being built right now, and I just want to honor those guys by recognizing that, because we all get caught up in sometimes the losses and the ones that got away, which always scar us, especially as players and coaches. The ones you lose are the ones that hurt the worst and the ones that you remember. There's nobody that wanted to beat Central Michigan or Northern Illinois or Bowling Green more than our players, and it hurt them. But the way that they responded and showed up in a huge game to get bowl eligible, I couldn't be more proud of a group of men and just what they did. And I think that shows our leadership, and it showed up on Saturday.
Coach, I was really happy for the special teams. They've had some issues throughout the season, but man, did they come through on Saturday. Blocked a punt, recovered a short pop kick on a muff by their return team, set up scores, scored on the safety. I mean, they were outstanding, and that was not an easy day for special teams out there. It was brutal.
No, absolutely right. I mean, I just talked about it, but I mean, Saturday was like the snowball for us. I mean, we show up, the weather condition, the wind, the snow, the icy field conditions. It's tough. And early on, I wanted to play the field position battle. We were, we had a couple of early drives that we didn't sustain, so we decided to punt, not go for it early, really pin their offense deep, which really helped us. And it was 0-0 going halfway into the second quarter. Neither offense could really get much going, and our special teams created the momentum for us to really get going and then take the lead going into half. I mean, when you look at it, the block punt by Ontario Thompson was huge. It started the momentum. He blocks the punt. That winds up being a safety. We get the ball back and go score. And then we have another turnover on a pop kick that Joey Pope returns or recovers, and it led to another score. So we went into half, 16-0. I think we scored 16 points there in the final 5 minutes of the second quarter. It really gave us a ton of momentum, and special teams created that momentum and really helped us win the game.
Yeah, not a great day to play quarterback either, but Hayden Wolf in his last game of the regular season really played an efficient game. 71% completions, no interceptions, threw a touchdown, 12 of 17. You went with a lot of short, middle depth passes, and he was 12 of 17. He moved your team down the field.
To complete 71% of your passes in those conditions was excellent. Again, he's another senior who played really well for us. I mean, this guy on the year, I think he's right at 70% completion. But when we can run the football and then, complete passes, no matter whether it's short to intermediate or deep, and not turn the ball over, we've had a ton of success. I thought he played really, really well. I mean, when you look at the defensive side of the ball, they created 2 turnovers, the fumble, and then BK had his second interception of the year. Donald Willis had 14 tackles. He was all over the field. He's going back up in the top 10 in the MAC standings in tackles. And then we defended, we had 7 pass breakups against the best quarterback, the best rated quarterback, and the best passing offense in the MAC. And for us to do that on defense, I just thought we played really sound in all 3 phases. I couldn't be more proud of what the coaches did, to really help rally our guys, to steady the ship and make sure that our guys were prepared and ready to come out and play this game.
How was the locker room after that win, Coach?
It was a party in the locker room, I can tell you that. Listen, when you win, those are the things that you remember most. I tell our team all the time, the things that I always remember about playing. I remember certain plays and certain games or pieces of games, but the thing I remember most is after huge wins, the time in the locker room with your brothers, with your teammates after wins. I mean, it's like no other, and those are the memories that you carry with you for a lifetime. And our guys will never forget that, especially our seniors, the way that we sent them out, and really proud of that. And now we got an opportunity to go play another game, which is really special, to get bowl eligible and be bowl bound. I mean, in 119 years of football at Western Michigan, this will be our 12th bowl game. And to me, that's a great legacy.
Yeah, and a great thing for those seniors to get one more opportunity to play with each other. And 82 bowl eligible teams for 82 bowl postseason spot. So you're in, Coach. You're in. You're going somewhere.
We're going bowling, man. I tell you what, we had to win and control our own destiny. And then, Dan and I talked after we needed some things to happen in terms of, some other teams. We just really wanted to take care of our business, and that was my main focus, our team's main focus. So for them to come out and go 1-0, it gave us an opportunity to be bowl eligible, and then the things played out that we needed to, and we're one of the 82 that'll be bowling here in bowl season.
All right, our viewers probably want to know where we're going. Any hints, any ideas?
We're going to one of those bowl games, one of those 35 bowl games. I have no idea which one. I'm like everybody else reading the bowl projection. I've stayed away from the bowl projections and all the social media, stuff, the rat poison, as I call it. I've stayed away from all of that. But I have checked, since we won and we know we're one of the 82, I'm trying to figure out where we're going. As soon as I know, I'll let you know.
Well, if you check out the bowl prognosticators out there, there's, about 8 of them out there that predict where you're going. And I think all 8 of them have a different opinion.
They're all different. You know what I mean? They've got us everywhere from Hawaii to Bahamas to Camille Bowl to Detroit. I mean, it doesn't matter. Bowling is bowling. It's a great experience. And just for our, seniors, but also our team, our freshmen who've never gone to a bowl game, who don't understand. I mean, it's a great experience. One, it gives you great practice. It gives you extra practice reps for some of the young guys. It gives you another opportunity to compete on a national stage and represent Western Michigan in a great way. And it's a really cool experience when you talk about the trip plus the bowl gifts, which the players always love, and just the ability to go see another team that you probably don't normally get to compete against.
Coach, congratulations, and let's go bowling, all right?
Thanks, Robin, and go Broncos.
Lance Taylor, Bronco football coach. They finished 5-3 in the MAC in the upper half of the league and 6-6 overall. And you can check WMUBroncos.com for more information on where the next game for the Broncos will be, as they are in a bowl game. Coming up next, we'll talk with the red-hot first-place Western Michigan hockey head coach, Pat Ferschweiler. You're on the Bronco Coaches Show from Old Burdick's. We're coming right back.
Burdick's has burgers, not burgers, burgers. All natural, honest to bigness, bona fide, aged steak, beef, burgers. Or chickpea. And Burdick's has beer, not beer, beer. Whether it's winning the big game or winning at life, it all happens right here at Old Burdick's.
Hi, I'm Jim Vandenberg. If you've been driving around, you've noticed empty lots and no new cars. We understand how frustrating this can be. That's why we've done the legwork for you. We're getting in CPO shipments from coast to coast to bring you the best late model vehicles with certified warranties. Don't get taken advantage of with markups on new and used cars. We make sure you get the best value for your car buying dollar. Maple Hill Auto Group, for value like no other.
Back at Old Burdick's Bar and Grill for the Bronco Coaches Show. We're here on Mondays from noon to 1 talking Western Michigan athletics. Joined now by the head coach of the Bronco hockey team that finds itself in first place in the NCHC after 3 weekends of conference play, with a big series coming up against the defending national champion Denver Pioneers. First, thanks for being here, and congratulations on a great start to your season.
Yeah, thanks, Robin. I'm proud of our team. Obviously, we have 16 new players this year. That's a lot for a hockey team. So for them to come together this quickly, play as well as they have as a team, I just couldn't be more proud of what they've done.
Yeah, what do you have, 29 guys, 30 guys? And over half of them are new, haven't been in the system before, and you don't have a whole lot of time before the season starts to teach them your systems and everything, and boy, they hit the ground running.
29 players, 16 new players. So, but I think that's part of the coaching staff getting the players ready. But it says a lot about our leadership and our returning leadership. Tim Washington's done an exceptional job as a captain, bringing our guys together. Alex Bump, Matteo Costantini, guys who have been here, Cam Knuble. The leadership group in that locker room is a big reason for our success right now.
You opened up with some non-conference games against Ferris and Bowling Green. Then you went out and played Boston College. They were number 1 or 2 in the country at the time, and you had the lead going into the third period. I think that put the nation on notice that Western Michigan hockey is here, ready to compete.
We played a great game out of Boston College. Obviously, an unfortunate turnover with less than a minute to go to cost us that hockey game, but great battle. They're hyper talented. 4 or 5 first-round draft picks on that team, and I think we gave them everything they could handle, and certainly they punched back as well. But that was a fun hockey game if you were able to watch it.
Then you went into the conference play, and you started out at Omaha, and I don't think the Broncos have ever swept the Mavericks in Omaha, and you got the job done to start out league play 2-0.
2 great hockey games. The effort was exceptional both nights. The first game, a little loose in the first period. Both teams, in a weird thing, had a bye weekend the week before. So first period was a little loose. Then we tightened up, played Bronco hockey. I thought we were exceptional in the first game. And then, the second game, we kind of hit a repeat on that performance. Is exactly what we need to do. Great goaltending, not only both of those nights, but all season long for the Broncos.
Then you come home and you play CC. Colorado College is much improved, and you got a victory in overtime on Tim Washy's goal on the Friday game. Brought the house down in that one, and then the next game finished in a tie. They won the shootout point, but that was a big weekend against a really good hockey team that really tries to deny you scoring opportunities with their defensive style.
Yeah, it's they're an exceptional team. There's 3 known teams in our conference this year: Denver, North Dakota, and Colorado College, which returned the majority of their lineup, and then a lot of unknowns, including ourselves. So to step in there against a team that's played together for now 2 or 3 years for most of their players, and play as well as we did, that was a big time series, a big time pro style hockey series, and really proud of our performance.
Then you went out to UMD, took on the Duluth Bulldogs, and here's a team that I think in the second half of the season is going to be dangerous because they've got some really talented young players who are trying to get their footing at the NCHC level, and you put the pedal to the metal against UMD, Coach.
Well, we talked. Obviously, I didn't think Friday night was our best hockey game, but exceptional goaltending out of Cam Rowe, won us that hockey game, and then I thought Saturday we returned to our identity of what we are, and really just played exceptionally well. But we love our freshmen, but I think you're right. Duluth had the number 1 rated recruiting class in the country this year, and it shows. Several great young players, and their future is bright for sure.
Yeah, and you win 5-2. You didn't play well, and you win 5-2. I guess you got to take that, don't you?
We do, and it's funny when I say we didn't play well. It's overall, but the goals we scored were legit goals, and they were systematic goals and big time plays by big time players on our team. So we executed well in spurts. On occasion, we were opportunistic, and sometimes that's enough to win a hockey game.
All right, that brought us to Michigan. You played the Wolverines home and home this past weekend, and you got the big victory on Friday night by a score of 4-1. Robbie Drasner, Tim Washy, Cole Krusberg-Rosine got his first career goal. Cam Knuble, that scoring machine, scored for you. They got a late goal to break up the shutout, but 4-1 over Michigan in front of a packed house. How about that atmosphere?
Oh, the atmosphere is electric, as always, at Lawson Arena. And I told our players, when we talked afterwards, I thought that was our most complete 60 minutes of the year. Right from the drop of the puck to the last play, I thought we were dynamite. Just an exceptional team performance.
Then you got on the bus, headed over to Ann Arbor, got ready for Game 2 of the weekend series against Michigan. You know they were going to come out with a little bit of fire in front of their home fans after their football team upset the Ohio State Buckeyes. They were on go.
They were, and honestly, I just rewatched the entire game for the second time, and we were a little bit better than I thought we were. And early on we forced a turnover. We had an empty net with their goalie behind the net. We missed it, and then we had an unfortunate goal called back. I think if either one of those go in the net and are counted, maybe that's a different game. But in the third period, we're down 2-0, but we had 3 odd man rushes, didn't cash in on any of them. Scored one late and still had some chances to win that game. But overall, a nice effort and a good weekend.
All right, so the Broncos get the split with the Michigan Wolverines, and now they come home to take on Denver, the Pioneers, the defending national champs, a powerhouse, not only in the NCHC, but in all of college hockey. We'll talk about that next. And I want to ask Coach about Bronco hockey and what Bronco hockey is all about. I'm going to share that with you when we come back. We're at Old Burdick's Bar and Grill. We're coming right back after this timeout.
It all started with a war hero and wounded warrior. Sealy began on Portage Road in Kalamazoo in 1963. A lot has happened since then, and a lot has changed. But at Sealy, the more things changed, the more they stayed the same. Trust, customer service, and community.
I'm Lindsay Tarpley. Happy 60-year anniversary, Sealy Auto Group, from your friends and community partners at World Champion Soccer Academy. Go Broncos!
Attention Bronco fans. Looking for a direct way to show your support? Meet Roy, the mobile app that lets you back your favorite college athletes. If knowing exactly where your money is going matters to you, now's your chance to make a difference. With Roy, you choose which athlete receives your support, helping keep your favorite players on the team. Download the Roy app today and join us in shaping the future of your athletic program. Roy is a proud partner of WMU Athletics and the Broncos Will Reign Collective.
Get a fresh view in Kalamazoo. Wander museums, catch a show, and see a classic or two. Unwind, open up, try something new. Bike around, make a splash, and explore nature's hue. Hit the trails, grab a bite, then relax with a brew. Be curious, get loud, there's so much to do. Find all this and more in Kalamazoo.
Robin Hook, voice of the Broncos, back at Old Burdick's Bar and Grill. We're here on Mondays from noon to 1, talking Western Michigan sports. Talked about a big victory over Eastern Michigan for Coach Taylor's football team. They're going bowling. That announcement will be made later on this week where they'll play. And, of course, the Bronco hockey team off to a tremendous start this season with 16 new guys. 2 of those new guys we'll be talking with here shortly. But, Coach, you had so many new guys. You got to teach them Bronco hockey. We hear that a lot, Bronco hockey. We got to play Bronco hockey. What is Bronco hockey?
Well, I think it's really wrapped up in 3 quick words, and that's one is fast, and that's putting as much pressure on the other team as we can at all times. When we don't have the puck, to get it back as fast as we can. When we do, to attack them as fast as we can. And then we say competitive, and compete is a huge part of all sports. But when you make it matter, every play matter more to you than it does to them. That's a good recipe for success. And then finally, relentless, and that's just effort no matter what, and never be deterred by lack of success on a play, and enter that same next play with the same enthusiasm and vision for success as you can. And if you're fast, competitive, and relentless, you've got a chance.
Yeah, and you normally have the puck, so that's a good way to play defense. If the other team doesn't have it, you're playing defense when you're actually playing offense.
We talk about it all the time. We call it defending with the puck, and we love to possess it. We love to have it, and I think that's the best defense there is. And we've been a team since I've been back from the Red Wings that scores a lot, and we're going to continue to score a lot. There's no doubt. And but I believe the best defense is having the puck and owning the puck, and we do that quite well.
There's another new additive, though, for Western Michigan hockey this season, and you not only have one of them, you have 2 of them. 2 of the best goaltenders in all of college hockey suit up for the Broncos every weekend. The veteran Cameron Rowe and the rookie Hampton Slukinski. Man, you got a 1-2 combo. Some places are just looking for one. You got 2, Coach.
Well, there's been years we've looked for one, and there's been years we've had one, and this is a blessing for sure that we have 2 great goaltenders. And I think the teams play great in front of them, but the moments we haven't, they've stood in there and they've saved us and made us give us a chance to win every hockey game.
They sure have. Cameron Rowe, what can you say about this kid? He's a fifth-year guy. He came back for his final year of eligibility, and he played just about every game last year. And now he's sharing time with the freshmen, and he's used to that because when he was a freshman in his first stop at college hockey, he did that one with a veteran when he was at Wisconsin. So he appreciated that, and now he's passing it down to Hampton, what he learned in his rookie season.
Kudos to Cam Rowe. Like, what an exceptional, mature approach he's had this year. And a guy who started, like you said, basically every game for us for the last 2 years. And, I told him we're going to bring somebody in as we needed to for, next year and future success here. And he was going to challenge Cam for ice time. And first thing Cam said to me is, can I have his number? Gave him a call immediately that day. Welcome to the team. So it's not an adversarial relationship. It's a mentor-mentee relationship, and I think it's working out great for obviously each of them and for our team.
And I think Cam's learned a little bit from Hampton because he's got a little different approach.
Well, I mean, Hampton's a special goaltender in his approach to hockey. To be able to remain calm when pucks are coming at you 100 miles an hour and to never be rattled in that position is a special trait, and he has it.
And I think that's rubbing off a little bit on Cam, and it's taken his game to a new level. Well, you're going to need these guys this weekend, Coach, because you take on the defending national champion Denver Pioneers at Lawson Ice Arena, and Coach, they're pretty good. I think you know that.
That's well said. They won the national championship last year in some dominating performances for sure. And the players they lost, a number of good players, but they may have replaced them with at least as good, if not better, players. I think they're a better team this year than they were last year. Their play so far has been extraordinary, with the exception of probably the last weekend when they had a couple of losses to Arizona State. But I think they're as good a team as there is in the country, and as good a team as we've seen in college hockey in the last several years.
Really offensive-minded team. They like to play just like Western Michigan, up and down the ice. They like to control the puck. And Shai Bulliam's gone, but Zeev is back. He's as good as advertised. Zeev Bulliam, one of the top players in college hockey.
50 points last year as a freshman in college hockey is extraordinary. He went, I think, 8th or 7th overall. First round of the NHL draft to Minnesota Wild. At the conclusion of this season, he'll go right into the NHL, play for the Wild. So this is going to be a great series of hockey. A bunch of future NHLers on both sides of the rink. Fast, competitive. If you would like to see college hockey, this is as good as weekend as there'll be.
All right, then you get a couple of weeks off, and then you get back here and get ready for the Great Lakes Invitational up at Grand Rapids at Van Andel Arena. Looking forward to that. And you get Michigan Tech in the opener, and then either Ferris or Michigan State in that second game. You pretty much own the Great Lakes Invitational the last few times you've been in it, Coach.
We've had some good luck, and that's a big credit to our players. As you know, we get a large break here, and we trust them to go home and enjoy their family time, but also to make sure that they put this team first at all times. And the maturity they show to come back and be ready to compete and ready to succeed right after Christmas is pretty special.
Yeah, that Great Lakes Invitational is a storied tournament. It's moved from Detroit out to Grand Rapids, and they do a nice job up there at Van Andel putting that thing on.
They sure do. It's something we look forward to, and we don't get to you don't get to do this in college sports in general. It's kind of play for a trophy in the middle of the season, and that's something special for our guys. Anytime there's a trophy on the line, it kind of ups everything and ups the ante for sure, and the meaning of it. And we've been successful in that tournament the last few times we've been in it, and we look forward to this one.
I'm not looking past Michigan Tech. Don't get me wrong here. You play Michigan Tech, but if you were to beat them, and if Michigan State beats their first round opponent in the GLI, it would be Western Michigan and Michigan State. Little rematch of last year's NCAA tournament, and now the Spartans under Coach Nightingale, who you coached with in Detroit, are number one in the nation. So, what do you think of that potential matchup?
Well, again, I'm not looking past Michigan Tech. I know they're real good, and Joey Sean is a real good coach, and I'm prepared for sure. If that matchup occurs, obviously we're looking forward to it, as I'm sure they are. And Adam Nightingale's done a phenomenal job at Michigan State, revamping that program, bringing them back to prominence. And again, we'll be excited when the matchup occurs. We're just trying to win that first game.
Somehow I knew that's how you'd answer that question. You got two guys here. Let's talk about them before we bring them up. Robbie Drasner came from Miami, and Grant Slukinski came along with his younger brother, Hampton. And, wow, they have just fit right into your system, Coach. And they're part of the leadership group already.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, what an exceptional, two great young men into our program. Leadership qualities on both of them, but great players as well. And Robbie Drasner comes over from Miami. We've faced him for years now. We knew how good a player he was, but when he comes over, he's exceeded expectations. There's no doubt. He can make plays. He can skate. There's a toughness element and a competitive quality that he brings to our program that has helped us win hockey games. And Grant Slukinski comes from Northern Michigan, and we were in desperate need of a big-time center, and we found him in the late transfer portal, as you mentioned, with his brother. And Grant said nothing but give us quality minutes on the penalty kill, on the power play as a 5-on-5 player. He's got real offense to his game, which I saw from his early days, and he's really shown that. I think there's more to come from him.
And Robbie showed off his scoring prowess on Friday night. He snapped one in there for his first Bronco goal.
Yeah, we give Robbie, it's either Robbie or Bobby Drasner. The guys are in between the two nicknames for him, but there is offense in that stick, and he's played great. An exceptional play goes behind the net from one side to the other. He times it well and comes in and goes top shelf on a one-time goal, big-time goal for us.
Coach, every year we go into a new season after you lose a whole bunch of scores to the National Hockey League and to the American Hockey League and pro hockey all over the world, and we say, where in the world are you going to get offense? And lo and behold, you get it every year.
We do, and you start systematically. There's some positive things there on the offensive side as we encourage our players to press forward and really try to score. I know there's some teams having success in college hockey trying to defend. I don't think that's what excites young players. I'm trying to do two things here: win hockey games at Western Michigan, but also develop players for the next level. And you can't play at the next level if you can't create offense and if you can't push the puck forward. And so we play a fast, competitive style, as we talked about, but I think our players get excited. They get excited about the opportunity to get up the ice, to really put pressure on the team and to score goals.
And, of course, special teams are a big part of hockey. And what's your thought on your special teams as we near the end of the first half?
Well, our penalty kill has been exceptional all year. A great scheme put in place by Jason Herter and JJ Crew, two of my assistant coaches, who do a phenomenal job. Goaltending starts all great penalty kills, and we've got exceptional goaltending all year long. Our power plays, I think we're turning the page onto what I think is more positive play. We haven't scored as much as we have in the power play. We've been exceptional in the last several years since I've been back, and we'll be exceptional this year and the second half, no doubt.
Alex Bump got a goal at Michigan on Saturday night. He has just been flying around, making plays, doing everything, but putting it in the net the way we think he can, and maybe that'll get him going.
Well, if you've watched our games and you said Alex Bumps has 20 points this year, that no one would bat an eye, because he's exceptional quality of play. He creates a bunch of offensive opportunities either for himself or for his line mates, teammates. Every single game, he is making plays, and don't be fooled by it's not lack of points. He's got still a point a game guy in college hockey, which is an exceptional college hockey player, but I think he's an elite superstar college hockey player. His points don't match his play so far, but we know when you keep making positive plays, then they catch up with each other.
He had a big second half last year as a freshman. I'm looking for an even better second half out of Alex Bump. Broncos in Denver, Friday night at 7, Saturday night at 6. For our viewers first, what kind of series are you looking for with these guys?
Boy, we're looking for one of the best series all year. It's going to be fast. It's going to be competitive. This is going to be as high a quality of hockey as you're going to see in Kalamazoo this year. And exceptional team on the other side, but we believe we have an exceptional team that can play with anyone in the country.
All right, get out there and watch them. Coach, good luck against Denver. Congrats on a great start this season.
Thanks, Robin. Can I give a quick shout-out to Coach Taylor?
Yes, you can.
Coach Taylor takes over a football program that was picked last, I believe, in football at his level, and he turns it into a bowl team 1 year later. Can't do a much better job than that. Coach Taylor, Broncos, congrats on going bowling.
Absolutely. Well said. First, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you this weekend at Denver. For tickets to Bronco hockey, WMUBroncos.com/tickets. Get on there today. They're not going to be there much longer for this particular weekend series. Coming up next, we'll talk with two Broncos. Robbie Drasner is here along with Grant Slukinski. They're going to talk, about making that transition from where they were to where they are now here as Broncos. That's next on the Bronco Coaches Show after this timeout.
How far do you have to go to find a great deal on a new Ford SUV?
Not too far.
How about a new Ford F-150?
Not too far.
How about for basic maintenance and service?
Not too far at all. With Dorrance Ford's mobile service, we'll come to you.
Nice.
Now's the time to buy because we're making room for the 2025 Fords and moving out the 24s. Come in now for the best selection. Dorrance Ford is proud to support Bronco Athletics. Shop Dorrance Ford.
Not too far for your next car.
Burdick's has burgers, not burgers. Burgers. All natural, honest to bigness, bona fide, aged steak, beef, burgers. Or chickpea. And Burdick's has beer, not beer. Beer. Whether it's winning the big game or winning at life, it all happens right here at Old Burdick's.
Attention Bronco fans. Looking for a direct way to show your support? Meet Roy, the mobile app that lets you back your favorite college athletes. If knowing exactly where your money is going matters to you, now's your chance to make a difference. With Roy, you choose which athlete receives your support, helping keep your favorite players on the team. Download the Roy app today and join us in shaping the future of your athletic program. Roy is a proud partner of WMU Athletics and the Broncos Will Reign Collective.
Back at Old Burdick's Bar and Grill in the Radisson, downtown Kalamazoo. We're here every Monday from noon to 1, talking Western Michigan sports, talking hockey right now with one of the 16 new guys that Coach Ferschweiler was talking about. Robbie Drasner, he's not unfamiliar to Western Michigan fans. He played 4 seasons for the Miami Redhawks. Now he's a Bronco, and Rob, you're playing great. How's the transition been for you?
It's been awesome coming here in the summer, meeting all the new guys. Nothing but first class here at Western Michigan, and everything from the players to the coaches to the people here of Kalamazoo. It's been incredible, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the year.
That's not an easy thing to do. You grow accustomed to where you've been in Miami. You got another year to play. What went into the decision to jump into that portal?
I know obviously with the whole COVID situation, it kind of sparked a lot of change in college hockey, and just going into the portal, and for me I wanted to be able to get a chance. Obviously it's been tough at Miami the last 4 years, so I wanted to have a chance to win and play some meaningful hockey. And as soon as I came down here and met with the coaching staff and got to meet some of the players, it was a no-brainer for Miami.
And there's not a whole lot of guys returning, but the ones that did have really, welcomed you guys with open arms, and the transition really, from what I've seen on the outside, has been seamless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the guys that have been here, I know there's been, 7 or 8 sophomores, but, the returners like Tim Washi and Cam Knuble and, Cam Rowe, like those guys really took all of us new guys under our wing, and all from the 10 freshmen to the 6 transfers, we've all kind of, been under their wing, and they kind of showed us the ropes and the culture here at Western Michigan. And, it was on us to kind of adapt and, grow accustomed to what it's like here at Western.
All right, you got a goal at Boston College. You got a goal on Friday night against Michigan. You snipe against 2 of the top teams in the country.
Yeah, I know. Boston College was great. Nice to go up 2-0 in the first, but at home there's nothing like it. Scoring at Lawson, that was it was hard. My last 4 years playing there, just seeing how crazy the fans get and just how much momentum it brings to the team.
You have a unique perspective. I want to kind of go there some more. Playing for Miami in Lawson Ice Arena,
Mm-hmm.
and then playing for the Broncos in Lawson Ice Arena. Were you number 4 at Miami?
7.
Okay, so you weren't number 4, because number 4 takes a beating from the Lawson Lunatics if you're on the other team, not when you're on the Bronco team,
Right.
obviously.
Right.
But, yeah. So what do the players on the other teams say about coming here to play?
I mean, at least for my experiences, every time we came to Lawson, it was crazy. You know, just in warm-ups, you're looking around, you're seeing the whole student section that's completely filled. And, you know, like I said in the last question, it's when they score, it just seems like there's a momentum that can't be stopped. So it's nice to be on this side of things and, you know, get to see the Lunatics, you know, in favor of us. So.
And then you come out on Thanksgiving weekend when the students are on break, and you see that crowd on Friday night against Michigan. And it's got to give you goosebumps.
Yeah, no, it's the support we get from our fans has been unbelievable. Even when we played at Michigan in Ann Arbor, I mean, you look up in the stands and there's tons of Bronco jerseys and fans that are there to support us. So, you know, I expected it. It didn't come as a surprise to me, even though all the students were back home on break. But you know, our fans, our students, our community everyone's kind of behind us, and you know that gives us a lot of confidence.
How much have you had to learn now coming from Miami to Western Michigan? Coach Ferschweiler and Coach Herder, they do things a little different.
Yeah, no, it's the things I've learned is I've tried to implement in my game right away, and you know, I think I've learned so much already. It's only been 3 months, but the things that I've learned from the defensive side, from the offensive side, transition. I've tried to just implement everyday practice games, and there's so many things that, to go through, but at the end of the day, it makes me a better player, and all the defensemen, when we all buy into it, allows our team to have success.
Do you find it a little more up-tempo than what you've been used to?
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing is the ability for our team to just play north and transition the puck fast. Like you mentioned with Coach Fersch, our offense, and that's a big piece, is being able to move the puck north, especially as a defenseman, and jumping in the play, and just having sustained offense in the offensive zone.
You've kind of taken on a little mentor role with a young defenseman, Zach Sharp, who's going to be a great one. Yeah. Coach Ferschweiler compares Zach to a former Bronco, now an 11-year NHL veteran, Jordan Osterley, and you've really taken him on, and I can see the improvement in Zach's game just over these first couple of months, and I know you're a big part of that development of that young man.
Yeah, no, Zach's unbelievable hockey player, unbelievable person. Kind of crazy. We're both from Chicago, so we have that connection there. But no, like you said, he's going to be a great player. As a freshman, as a young guy, it's hard for them to come in and play right away. And Sharpie's done a great job. He's a great skater. He's super easy to play with. Works really hard, and he's got a lot of offensive upside.
We got 4 games coming up later against Miami. What are those going to be like, Rob?
They'll be special. Every game that I play, my college career is kind of coming to an end after this year. So, every game's special, and, just not taking any game for granted. But especially those 4 games will be, they'll be easy to get up for. Looking for 4 big wins. So.
Well, this weekend it's Denver, and you know all about Denver. They're good, and they really put the pressure on the back end.
Yeah, no, Denver's. I mean, they've been good all 4 years that I've played college hockey, and I expect the same type of team, the same style. They're fast and really offensive, but I just like our team, we're really fast, we're really offensive. So all the superstars that they have, we have just as many. So we're excited, and it should be a really fun weekend with the Lunatics. So.
Bronco D-man Robbie Drasner. Robbie, thanks for being a Bronco in your final year of college eligibility, and good luck against Denver. Good luck the rest of the season.
Yeah,
right?
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be back. One more segment. We're going to talk with one half of the Slukinski combination at Western Michigan when we return to Old Burdicks for the Bronco Coaches Show. I'm Robin Hook. I'll be right back after this timeout.
Burdicks has burgers, not burgers. Burgers. All natural, honest to bigness, bona fide, aged steak, beef, burgers. Or chickpea. And Burdicks has beer, not beer. Beer. Whether it's winning the big game or winning at life, it all happens right here at Old Burdicks.
Get a fresh view in Kalamazoo. Wander museums, catch a show, and see a classic or two. Unwind, open up, try something new. Bike around, make a splash, and explore nature's hue. Hit the trails, grab a bite, then relax with a brew. Be curious, get loud. There's so much to do. Find all this and more in Kalamazoo.
Robin Hook back with you. One final segment on the Bronco Coaches Show. We're at Old Burdick's Bar and Grill talking Western Michigan hockey with one of the 16 new members of this year's Bronco hockey team. Grant Slukinski joined the Broncos along with his brother Hampton. Grant's from Warroad, Minnesota, and I'm told that's way up there.
It is, yeah. It's way up north. It's only 6 miles from the Canadian border. So it's up north.
And all you got to do up there is play hockey because it's 10 months of ice and 2 months of bad sledding.
That's right. Yeah, it's hockey. It's cold. It's a lot of fun.
When did you start playing hockey, Grant? I know in Minnesota, pretty much you start right away. I'm sure your dad or your family got you involved.
Yeah, I was probably 1 or 2 when I started playing. Ever since I can remember, I've been skating, and we've had a backyard rink since I was 6 months old. So it's been fun.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to make a rink up there. And Hampton's a goaltender. Was he always a goalie, or did he just become that because you needed somebody to shoot on?
Exactly. So he always wanted to play with me and my buddies growing up, and the way he could keep up was, I guess, putting him in net. He wasn't able to keep up at first, so we stuck him in the net, and looking back, we're glad we did.
Glad for sure, because I think both of these guys have a future in the game, but he certainly does, and you got to be really proud of the way Hampton's come in here. This is the first opportunity the two of you have had a chance to play together outside of the pond, right?
Yeah, first time playing together, other than the backyard rink. But yeah, first time officially on a team together, and it's been a blast. We live together, and everything we do together is together, so it's been fun.
Well, that was a nice combination for Coach Firstweiler and the staff to pick up in the summer. Tell us how that all came about. You were at Northern Michigan for your freshman year. Hampton was committed to Northern, and then all of a sudden that changed.
Yeah. So in mid-June, we had a coaching change at Northern, and from there, the two of us decided to look elsewhere. We hopped on a Zoom call with Coach First and the rest of the coaching staff, and within the first 5 minutes, we knew that this is the spot we wanted to be at. It's a winning culture. It's a team that expects to win, and we couldn't be more happy to be a part of this and keep this rolling.
Playing at Northern Michigan, now at Western Michigan, what do you think of those crowds at Lawson and that lunatic section in particular?
The Lunatics are awesome. Yeah, every time we're going up for warm-ups, I'm just smiling. I just can't wait to play in front of them, and I think my favorite part is when the PA announcer announces them and they just go nuts right before the anthem.
All right, and when you were growing up, you played high school hockey in Minnesota. Is everything. It is the championship games are held right there in Minneapolis where the Wild play.
Yeah. My senior year, we were fortunate enough to play in the state tournament at the XL in downtown St. Paul, and that was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, didn't win it, but it was a great experience, a lot of fun.
Now, Alex Pump is from Minnesota. Did you know Alex?
Knew him from playing against him a little bit, but didn't know him personally until getting here to meet him.
All right, so you made the change. You came in the summertime, and as we talked about with Robbie, the leadership on this team embraces newcomers, and I'm sure they did that with you guys.
Yeah, the returning guys were phenomenal with us. They welcomed us with open arms and made the adjustment really easy coming here in the summer to train and work out with the guys. It was great to get here, meet them, kind of get into the routine of things, and they've been great to us.
All right, so do you hang with Hampton during the week, or is he kind of doing his thing and you doing yours?
Besides class, I would say we're always together. Yeah, so we're doing homework together. We're going to the rink. We're playing ping pong. Yeah, we do everything together.
Now you're 3 years apart. Was it always that way?
Yeah, we've always been tight. When I moved away for junior, we obviously weren't together, but ever since we've been little, we've been competitive, and we'll have our skirmishes, but we've always been tight.
That's the other thing about hockey and making that move and leaving one place and going to another. You're used to that because you play junior hockey when you're so young. You move away from home when you're 16, 17 years old.
For sure, yeah, and I think that prepares you well for college because in junior hockey you're with a billet family, so you still have some of that I would say help with meals and stuff, but it helps prepare you to live on your own in college.
All right, you came from the CCHA. What have you seen different playing these NCHC teams?
Just bigger, heavier hockey. My favorite part about coming to play here at Western is how fast we play, and Coach First just talks about emphasizing we want to play north, we want to play fast, we want to go to the other team's end and play in their end.
All right, you get Denver. I'm sure you've heard about them.
Yep, Denver's a top team in the country, but so are we, and it's going to be two good matchups this weekend. We're really looking forward to it.
All right, Grant Slukinski, he is second on the Broncos in scoring in his first year here as a sophomore. 12 games, he's got 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points. Playing real well. You always been a center, Grant?
I have always played center. Yep, played a little bit of wing in junior, but I like to center's where I feel most comfortable. Pride myself in being a 200-foot player. Strong plays on both sides of the puck and contributing in the defensive zone with strong plays, and then also being able to contribute offensively, making plays around the net.
Now, last weekend the Broncos were in Duluth, and I saw Slukinski shirts all over the place. How many did you have there?
We had 11 or 12 family members in Duluth, so it was a lot of fun to get back in the home state and pick up two big wins there.
Well, appreciate you coming here with little brother Hampton, and continued success and good luck against Denver.
Thanks, Robin.
Grant Slukinski with us, and that's going to do it for our Bronco Coaches Show. Remember, Bronco tickets for hockey, men's basketball, women's basketball, gymnastics. You can find them at WMUBroncos.com/tickets. We hope to see you there against the Denver Pioneers this weekend. If not, you can tune in to our broadcast on Hits 96.5 FM starting Friday night with our pregame show at 6:30, 7 o'clock puck drop at Lawson Ice Arena. For our guests today, Robbie Drasner, Grant Slukinski, Coach Ferschweiler, and football coach Lance Taylor, I'm Robin Hook. Thanks for watching. See you next week on the Bronco Coaches Show.